Aries, hello my darlings, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 25th of July 2022, or just whenever you find me, that's okay too. Now, I do have a slight confession to make. This is actually a re-record for you guys. I was doing it last night and I was extremely overactive. I was almost childlike. Oh my gosh, okay, right. Inner child, playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder. But it got to a stage with the reading last night where I kind of got silly. And anyway, it ended up that I was shuffling the main part of the read and half the cards ended up on the ground. And, that was enough. So I put it to bed, literally, and here we are. But that inner child is still very strong in you at the moment, Aries. How lovely to see. That card there is out of the Chakra Insight Oracle deck, and I'm now seeing if we can get a goddess message from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards for you. I do hope this reading finds you well. I hope you've had a good week, a good month, a good year, and I hope it gets better. Yeah, let's bring that on in. Right, what is your goddess message for the week of the 25th of July, or whenever you're here? Let's have a look. Thank you, guides. Okay, we have a Isis. Oh, happy days. Past life. The situation involves your past life memories. Okay, we will see how this fits into the rest of the reading. Yeah, but Isis is that's an incredible energy to have for the reading. As I was preparing for the readings this week, there has been a very strong connection for me into Egypt. I've been to Egypt a few years ago, and it was a very spiritual and special experience for me. As I was preparing for the readings this week, I was drawn to include this ceramic blue scarab that I purchased in Egypt. So I thought, okay, well, we listen to what the guides are bringing in. Already one of the readings has had a connection to Egypt. So we will see. Perhaps you also do. The Queen of Wands. Again, this is going to sit in our central theme. This card is from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. So, and then the main part of the reading is going to be, if you've been here before, you would have seen this deck. It's the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. So let's see what we've got going on for you, my friends. So as always, I have called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors. I'm still having trouble shuffling for you guys, who do love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. I welcome you to do the same. Obviously, you do not have to, as it has been my intention in preparing for the reading that you will be connected in and that you will be divinely protected. Okay, we've got a couple of cards out already. I will keep track of what's going where and just see if we can get another one before I hold them up to the camera for you. Okay, no, my guides are saying one at a time. All right then, as you wish. Anyone seen Princess Bride? As you wish. All right, the first card out is the Five of Swords. So this is the energy that you are coming into the week with. So there could be a little bit of conflict or difficult energy that you are coming into the week with. The next card out is the Strength card. Now, technically it's in the position of obstacles, but I was reflecting on that this morning and I believe it's actually I'm going to change that position up to obstacles or gifts, because many of the readings that I've had in the last couple of weeks, that's been an incredibly strong and fortuitous good card. So it was not working for just the position of obstacles, so we're changing it to obstacles or strengths, and you have the strength card in that position. So that is all good. So the next card out will be a card for anything that may come in as a surprise for you this week. You do have the King of Wands. Okay, just going to get some guidance on this card. Okay, and the moon. So I was being advised that the moon will go into that same position there with the King of Wands. Okay, the next card out is going to be in the position of your health for the week. And this is health in terms of body, mind, and soul. Okay, thank you, guides. So in terms of health, you have the 10 of Pentacles. So that's a really lovely card to have, well, anywhere in the reading. You also have the Two of Swords. This is coming up in the position of your relationships. Now, I'm not sure if I did say it before, but I did mean to say it. If not, that I do have these cards in certain positions in terms of how they relate to the reading. But I do not see those positions as hard and fast. It's more about the overall message that is coming through. If there's anything that's kind of specific about those cards in those particular positions, then we will go into that in a little bit more detail. You do have the Eight of Cups, and that's sitting in the position of career and finances. The final card I'm looking for is for the card that is in the position of the energy that is taking us out for the week. Look at me, still dropping cards. It is this one, but half the deck wants to come with it. Okay. Don't know what it is about you, Aries, with me dropping cards. So that energy taking us out of the week into future possibilities, and it could be next week, next month, next year, but that energy is the Page of Swords. So let's have a look, my friends. The first thing I want to say is that for some of you, there's this sense of connecting into your authentic self. Okay, we do have, I'm going to pull up 3 cards here. So 2 of them, the Inner Child and the Queen of Wands, are both in the sort of central theme of the week. Now, I'm sure, well, I'm hoping you can see the connection there and what has drawn me in. And it's the colour yellow that is strongly present in each of those 3 cards. Now, what this is saying to me is that you are in a position at the moment where you're really stepping into who you are. It's almost like you're putting yourself out there to the world, and you don't really care about what other people think. Not what other people think, but it's like you're comfortable being your authentic self. And very much so, that authentic self that's coming through is this very playful, joyous, childlike energy. You know, I do feel like you're tapping into that childlike wonder, that passion and excitement that hopefully, you know, many of us had as a child. So this is really coming through. It's interesting with the Isis card there. So there could well be, this could actually be related to, as the card says, a past life, or the message that's coming through is even a lot of us at the moment, it seems, are working through our childhood, maybe triggers or issues. So I do feel like this past life could also be not past lives in terms of before this life, but it could also be past lives in terms of previous lives in this life, if you know what I mean. So your previous life as a child in this world, or your previous life maybe in your 20s, you know. So I do feel like that past life could be going back and looking at some of the storylines that you've had play out in your current life, if that makes sense. But in any case, what you're doing is working through maybe some triggers, some patterning, and it's an opportunity to look at those and address those and change them for the better. Now, I do want to jump straight in here to the surprise or the gift for you this week. And this really does lean into that as well. So it's the King of Wands and the Moon card. Now, I will just say too, we do have now the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So there may be a perfect pairing in there for some of my beautiful Aries. But in any case, what this is also showing me is you've got this king in this beautiful gold suit as well. So both the King and the Queen of Wands really do represent that confidence and assertion, that complete knowing of who you are. And so this gift for you this week is for you to be able to stand in that place of confidence and assertion and, power. But, like the Strength card, it's a power, it's a strength, but it's not an overt strength or power. It's a gentle strength or power. And you know that you have the ability, like this King of Wands here, he's pretty cool, calm and collected right now. But if he wants, he can turn it on and he can take control and assert his position should he need to. So I feel like that's the strength that you are in. But really, I do feel like this position is, or these two cards in this position, this gift for you this week, is about you standing or sitting in that place of confidence. And the moon here is about looking at those, for want of a better word, it's about shining a light on those things that maybe have been hidden. So maybe shining a light on some of that childhood stuff or those past life issues that have maybe kept you restricted, or kept you in a negative loop or a negative pattern where you can break free. Now, this is a little bit all over the place, but I just kind of want to run with the themes that I've got going, and I do want to keep talking about that idea of breaking patterns. And this Eight of Cups, I do feel like this could be partly to do with that. So she is looking at what has historically kept her happy and, abundant and joyful in the past. But she feels like she's being tethered or tied or held back, maybe by that past life, if you will. So she's got to a point where she's like, these 8 cups no longer fulfill me. Okay, at one point they did, but I am this quirky giraffe. I've got so much spunk and character in my knee-high boots and poncho. I'm out on the way. I want to find more. There's more out there for me. There's more cups for me to find that will bring me that ultimate joy and abundance and happiness and love and all those really wonderful things. So I do feel like there is this idea where you're seeking more. Even the King and the Queen of Wands there, they are settled into their thrones, but they're still, they are archetypes of adventure and bravery. So, I would think at the drop of a hat, they would be, the King of Wands would be the first one out the door to, to go and fight a war or something like that. So there is this idea of still seeking that additional something, that additional passion and excitement and adventure. So this may be what this Eight of Cups is to do with. Now, for other of my Aries, this could well have to do with career and finances, because it is sitting in the career and finances position for you. So it could be that in terms of a job that you may be looking to move on in a similar way that we talked about. You may be in a position where it did once fulfill you and now you are seeking more. You know that there's something else out there. You know that there's a bright sunrise over the horizon, and it's attractive, and it's drawing you in, and it's drawing you in for a reason, because it's taking you straight into the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, these great places of incredible joy and abundance and happiness. Okay, so that is the main theme that is coming through for you for the week. Now, let's just have a quick look at some of the other cards that I haven't tapped into. I did mention quickly that Strength card, and that is in the position of strengths for you this week. So that's a lovely confirmation that you do have that strength. You do have that kind of solar plexus, gusto, power behind you this week, which is really lovely. So that card coming in, the energy coming into the week here, the Five of Swords. So there still may be something in your life at the moment that's still a little bit problematic. Okay, so the Five of Swords can be conflict. It can be difficult conversations, difficult relationships with people. What I really love about the Five of Swords is it's a way for us to look at whether we want to actually take on the fight. So here we've got a fight between, this is actually a cat with a woman's body, but we've got a fight between a cat, let's say for argument's sake, the cat and the mouse. It's, I don't know, is it a fair fight? Do you really want to get involved in the pettiness of this fight? And someone's going to get hurt, that's the thing. So, and it's most likely going to be the mouse. So it's kind of like, do you really want to get involved? Can you just walk away, or can you run away into your mouse house, whatever it is? Or if you're the cat, can you step away, be the bigger person and go, do you know what, I don't want to get involved in this? So that's the message that's coming through for some of my Aries, is that there may be still this little bit of conflict or difficult, uncomfortable circumstances for some of you. The Ten of Pentacles, I did mention, that's sitting in the position of your health this week. As I said, it is health in terms of body, mind, and soul. So look, you should be feeling really good in terms of your health. You should be feeling, in terms of physical health, you should be feeling strong and grounded. In terms of your mental and emotional health, again, you're feeling very secure, okay? The Ten of Pentacles is a card that says that you've got everything that you need around you. You're feeling abundant, you're feeling safe, you're feeling secure, you're feeling supported. Here we do have a supportive family network or unit on that card as well. So in terms of mental, spiritual health, you've got a lovely support system around you. So whether that is immediate family or whether that's family that you've chosen in terms of friends or even work colleagues, something like that. But you are feeling pretty rock solid at the moment in terms of your all aspects of your health, which is really lovely. Now, the Two of Swords here is in the position of relationships. So the Two of Swords can be a little bit of a crossroads energy. It can be a crossroads where you feel like you can't see your way through, and where you feel like you can't feel your way through with your heart. You sort of feel stuck and trapped almost. Excuse me. And what I would say, and what I do always say with this card, is that as difficult as it can be to be at this crossroads, not know which way to go, if you can take that blindfold off so you can see your path clearly, and you can uncross your arms so that you can open your heart space and you can be guided by your heart. And also with all this yellow, you can be guided by your gut instinct as well. So use your heart space to guide you, use your gut instinct to guide you. Take that blindfold off, you'll see a clear path and there won't be that confusion, okay? Sometimes the Two of Swords is almost like a self-imposed putting of the blindfold on. So it is an invitation for you to take that blindfold off and see, once you can see those two roads in front of you, can then make a much clearer choice about which way to go. So there may be some crossroads to do with some relationships. Now, it doesn't have to be a relationship to do with a romantic relationship. It could be relationships to do with family, friends, work colleagues, etc. So do take it as it resonates. The other card we haven't really touched on here is the Page of Swords. And this is the card that's taking us out of the week into future possibilities. As I said, that can be next week, next month, next year. But what this is telling me is that there may be a drive for you to start a new course of study, or you may be starting a new course of study. The swords are about intellect and wit, and the page is about having this kind of youthful, we do have that inner child here. We're having this youthful enthusiasm and drive and passion for something new. It's almost like you're at kind of, it feels like university level, so you've got the books there, you're studying, but you haven't necessarily got the experience. So it may be that you're stepping into this place of study for something new that does stimulate you on an intellectual level, perhaps, or it could be that that's kind of where you are now and you might be stepping it up, preparing to step into using that knowledge now to step into maybe the Knight of Swords, having that extra experience under your belt, something like that. So again, do take it as it resonates. I am being drawn here to the hummingbird. So for some of my Aries, this also could be a message or an indication too that you are moving into a higher vibration, okay? If you think of how quickly the hummingbirds flap their wings, there is this indication possibly for, as I said, some of my Aries, that you are moving into a higher vibration, okay? Even with the books that are flying, there's some magic around that as well. So that may fit into a different message for some of my Aries. So again, do take it as it resonates. All right, my darlings. I do think that's all I have for you. It's a pretty good reading. Definitely, I love that inner child aspect. I love that you are standing in your power. If you don't know the goddess Isis, you could do some research into that as well, because she is an extremely powerful, magical goddess as well. So if you are so drawn and you're not familiar with her, then maybe do some research, tap into that, tap into maybe some of the Egyptian aspects that to a lesser extent have come through here. So, all right, my darlings, I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do like, share and subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, my friends, bye-bye.